Hafa and welcome. My name is Laura Duenas with the Department of Interior, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Pacific Islands Office. We share responsibilities or jurisdiction for the conservation and recovery of Haggan with NOAA Fisheries. The Fish and Wildlife Service is responsible for on-land and nesting habitat of Haggan, and NOAA Fisheries is the lead for all marine activities. Therefore, we come to you tonight with two proposed rules for critical habitat, one for the terrestrial areas and one for the marine areas. I will be providing an overview of the proposed terrestrial critical habitat for the Haggan or green sea turtle in Guam. Haggan are listed as endangered under the Federal Endangered Species Act in the following areas: the territory of Guam, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, American Samoa, Palmyra Atoll, and Howland, Baker, Jarvis Islands. In order to help conserve and recover Haggan, my agency, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, is proposing terrestrial or on-land critical habitat areas that Haggan need to survive. We are here this evening to provide information to the community on this proposal and to, most importantly, receive your feedback or comments. When we develop our proposed critical habitat areas, we first examine species data and Haggan nesting areas. We identified what is called physical or biological features, or things in the habitat that the Haggan need to survive. These on-land features are unimpeded access to and from the ocean, and sandy beach area, suitable sand conditions for development of the eggs, and sufficient darkness for nesting females and hatchlings. We also considered sea level rise, meaning the area that are currently or likely to become inundated by rising tides are not included in the proposed designation. In Guam, we are proposing 14 critical habitat units totaling 125 acres around the island. Proposing these areas as critical habitat does not create a reserve or a refuge, and it does not affect land ownership or the ability to access land or resources. Proposing these areas as critical habitat simply identifies these areas as essential for the conservation and recovery of Haggan. I'd like to conclude my brief presentation this evening by reviewing the types of comments we are seeking, and in the next slide, I'll go over how to send in your comments. In particular, we are looking for information on amount and distribution of Haggan nesting habitat, current or planned activities in proposed areas, and any information on land use designations or existing management activities within the proposed areas. We are also looking for information on ownership or local jurisdiction for some areas so that we have the appropriate entities or villages identified with whom to communicate to. So there are some information pieces. So these are some of the information pieces that we are earnestly seeking. Comments can be provided electronically or via U.S. mail. Sidu'us ma'asi, thank you for listening,